Oh wait, do I?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. How many of you are currently stressed or have already experienced stress this year? Now, how many of you play a sport or have previously played a sport? Well, each of you that answered yes are experiencing this #1 stress leading advocate when transitioning from high school to college, which is being a student athlete. When being a student athlete, sleep is usually the #1 thing that is listed at the bottom of a to-do list, and with at least less than 9 hours of sleep, a student athlete will only experience negative effects. In a study with student athletes at Harvard Westlake School in LA, 75% participants reported that they were getting less than 8 hours of sleep per night. They also reported that 57% were getting injured and an additional 38% were getting multiple injuries. The researchers said that sleep was the greatest predictor in the injuries. Now, the most common disorders that an athlete will be diagnosed with when experiencing stress and anxiety is OCD, PTSD, panic disorder, generalized or specific social anxiety disorder, adjustment disorders, and of course depression. Now, as for treatment, there was a study done in 2016 for the willingness of a student athlete to actually seek help. Now, 57% of the student athletes agreed to seek help, but 69% of non-student athletes agreed to seek help as well. The differences in the percentages baffled doctors. Student athletes spend most of their time either on the field or in the classroom, and doing so, that mostly means that a professor or a coach is going to have some sort of influence on the student athlete's stress life. Now, as for coaches and professors, getting to know the student athlete is very important so they can see the changes in social aspects of the student athlete or difficulties they're going through. It's also important for the student athlete to introduce themselves to the professor at the beginning of the semester so this professor knows, just in case if they're having troubles with the class or timing or anything like that. And it's important for the coaches and professors to take in consideration of one another. So giving 10 extra minutes outside of practice to let them free to do an assignment, or letting a student athlete turn in an assignment 10 minutes late because they have a game that night. A student athlete can personally help themselves by investing in a planner so they can get a routine going, as well as finding a leisure activity outside of your current sport, just to get your mind off of things, and having those people that you can rely on and talk to just to open up to. And this is a common one, but making sure you stay off of social sites when stressed, especially when you're trying to sleep. In conclusion, life as a student athlete is filled with new and exciting experiences, all of which will come with stress and its effects, but it's up to you to compete against them.